So does Lamar have to answer any questions to me as a football player on the field? We all know he's terrific. It's the supporting cast around him that needs to help him. And I think you saw that on the sidelines. The first time I ever saw him going after a receiver, he's always just kind of cool, calm, and collected. But that wasn't the case last night because I'm sure he's a little frustrated.
Absolutely.
You're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, Rob Ninkovich.
I would love to know.
And, because, you're being too kind. You're being too kind because we all want to be kind to Lamar Jackson because he's phenomenal. He's great. He's looking for a new contract. He deserves it. If Josh Allen gets 6 years, $258 million, he probably deserves more because the brother's box office. He's not just great, he's box office. We get all that. Already 600 yards rushing, en route to a third consecutive 1,000-yard rushing season, which, by the way, no quarterback has done. He haven't even had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, let alone 3 in a row. And he's en route to doing that. We get all of that. Here's why I say that you're wrong and you're being too kind. Because at this point in time, it doesn't matter what Lamar Jackson does in the regular season. We all know that. It's about what he does in the postseason. I'm talking to a champion here. I'm talking to a champion.
Two-time champion.
I'm talking to a champion.
Did you learn your lesson or what?
And at the end of the day?
So what I'm saying to you is this. Even though every game, week to week, is important, any given Sunday, we understand that about the National Football League. Champions play for what? They play for championships. The postseason matters. We already know what this brother can do in the regular season. The question is, can you translate that to the postseason? He did last year, okay? Was it against Tennessee, I believe? He beat them, okay? Outside of that, he was, he's 1-3 in the playoffs overall. First 2 years, relatively young. We all get that. But he was awful against the Chargers in his first postseason game. I forgot it was against the second postseason game. Just wasn't there, okay? We saw we saw an individual that doesn't play the same way in the postseason that he plays in the regular season. And so when we look at Lamar Jackson, the reason why I keep bringing this up, and I don't know why I continuously have to prove this point, it's not like it's Tom Brady who's going to leave in a couple of years, or Drew Brees who was on his way out. Not to say that Lamar Jackson went against them in the postseason. I'm saying Patrick Mahomes is only 26. Josh Allen was 25. Okay? Joe Burrow's coming. Okay? If everybody wants to make noise about Baker Mayfield in Cleveland, go ahead and do it. All right? All I'm trying to say to you is that there are young bloods in the AFC that are expected to be in the postseason that are going to be standing directly in the way of the Baltimore Ravens. And if we want to talk about the parts around him that don't necessarily get it done, well, you do enough to win the games during the regular season, right? So that means the expectation is going to be for you to do it in the postseason. And when you don't do it, even though it may not be your fault because we're looking at the pieces around you, that ain't what we're going to remember. We're going to remember that Lamar Jackson went to the postseason and he went home. So you got to get it done. And that's really what this comes down to. And so I'm looking at him, and I look at last night. Yeah, it was Thursday night, short week, lack of preparation on the part of Coach Harbaugh, who openly admitted that. We get all of that. But in the end, nobody going to want to hear that. We're going to look right at Lamar Jackson. And we're going to ask, did you get it done or didn't you? Simple.
Rob, do you feel like last night was concerning or it was just kind of an ill-prepared trap game? Because we saw a couple good teams lose this past week as well.
No, I think having wide-open receivers running wheel routes through your defense is concerning. If you're going to be a playoff team and you're going to win playoff games, you can't – it's not just one-on-one. It's not Lamar versus the other quarterback. Okay. It is you need a defense that plays well, right? You need a defense that doesn't let people run through the center or run a wheel route through a zone, and the second guy through the zone, nobody covers them. They don't even see him. So those are issues that when the games are on the line and it's a playoff game, one play. That's what decides playoff games. One play. Goes for you or goes against you. And when your defense isn't playing great, which I don't think the Ravens' defense is necessarily playing great right now, I think their offense is kind of struggling. They've lost pieces. And it's not because they had those issues. They had ACLs. They lose Peterson. They lose key pieces defensively. When you have those pieces, it's hard to replace, especially when you can't go out and get somebody. They relied on some people. They're not there. So is there any excuses made? No, because everyone's going to have issues. Everyone's going to have injuries. But as this team moves forward, we're looking at a division where everybody has the same record. It's up in the air.
For grabs.
It's up for grabs.
You don't really know who to trust.
The AFC in general looks like it's that same way. It's up in the air. Who's going to be the best coach team? Who's going to be the best prepared team? Who's going to be able to play when the games are on the line? And I usually go with consistency. At this point right now, I don't know what the Ravens are.
So who
I don't
is
know
that?
what they are.
We got to go to break, I know. But who would be the one team right now if you had to
I'm
put
going
money
with
on
the
the
best
line?
record in the AFC. That would be the Titans. I think they have the great coaching staff. They have a defense that's completely flipped and done a complete 180 on what they were doing last year. They got a great pass rush. They have 11 turnovers in the last 6 games. That's how you win football games. Turn the football over, giving your offense more chances.
Such a shame they lost King Henry.
That is
But we'll see if they can keep it moving
I think the
with
Patriots
AP
are going
because they
up
did it.
too.
Absolutely. Same page. All right, guys. Some compelling returns still to get into here shortly. Russell.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.